Good morning, student. In last video, we had discussed about prokaryotic cell, and today I will explain about eukaryotic cell. So, eukaryotic cell is found in protista, plant, animal, and fungus. So, what are the characteristic features of eukaryotic cell? Compartmentalization of cytoplasm. Here, the cytoplasm is divided into a number of compartments. And endoplasmic reticulum, so that is dividing the cytoplasm into a number of chambers or compartments. Membrane bound organelles are present. There are so many cell organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. For example, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, mitochondria, chloroplast. So these are all the double membrane bound organelles which are present in cytoplasm. The nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. In the prokaryotic cell, there is no nuclear membrane and the nucleus is naked, so that is called nucleoid. But here the nucleus that is surrounded by double membrane nuclear membrane, so this is called true nucleus. Locomotory and cytoskeletal structures are present. You can find out either cilia is present in low order simple primitive organisms, or flagella is present, or the centrosome and the centriole, which are cytoskeletal structure, they are also present in the cytoplasm or surrounding the body. Then genetic material is organized into chromosome. As I told you, in eukaryotic cell, the nucleus, that is a true nucleus, there is a double membrane nuclear membrane is present, and inside the nuclear membrane the DNA, so that is present in the form of chromosomes. For example, if you take human cell, then all cell is having 46 number of chromosomes. So DNA is organized in chromosome where it is associated with the protein which is called histone protein. Now, what is the difference between plant and animal cell? All of you know that plant cell is having cell wall which is absent in animal cell. Plant cell is having chloroplast for the preparation of food. Animal cell is lacking chloroplast. Plant cell is having a big central vacuum. Sorry. Majority part of the plant cell, so that is covered by vacuum, and this is absent in case of the animal cell. In the animal cell, if vacuole is present, then these are very small vacuole and they are also less in number. Whereas in the plant cell, 90% of the area of the plant cell, so that is covered by vacuole. Animal cell is having centriole. Centriole is the organelle which is helping in the process of cell division. So these are all the difference between plant and animal cell. So now we will discuss about cell wall. As I told you, cell wall that is present in plant cell and it is absent in animal cell. So this is the outermost boundary surrounding cell membrane or plasma membrane. Cell wall, so that is non-living. It is a non-living, rigid, means strong structure which is present surrounding the cell membrane in plant cell. And what is the function of the cell wall? It gives shape and protect from mechanical damage. Any kind of the injury or the infection or damage. So the cell wall, because it is strong and rigid, so it is protecting the cell from any kind of mechanical injury. Cell to cell interaction and provides barrier to undesirable macromolecules. You know that in eukaryotic organism there are many cells are there, and all cells they are connected to each other. So because the cell wall that is the outermost boundary, so it is also helping cell to cell contact. All the cells they are connected with each other, and at which portion they are connected to each other, so that is the cell wall. And also it is acting as a barrier. It cannot allow undesirable macromolecules, macro means bigger molecules, to enter into the cell. So it is also acting as a barrier. Then what is the chemical composition of the cell wall? So that is made up of cellulose. Mainly in the plant cell it is made up of cellulose, or in the ionic there is the galactine is there, mangan is there, calcium carbonate is there, and the hemicellulose is there, then the pectin is also there in the fungus. So the chemical composition of the plant cell, so that is also variable, but mainly it is composed of cellulose. Then there is primary wall is there. Primary wall is capable of growth. So primary wall can grow and it can increase the size of the cell. But as the cell is maturing, on the inner side of the primary wall there is formation of another wall, and that is called secondary wall. And middle lamella, so which is made up of calcium pectate, so that is present in between two cells. I told you cell to cell contact, how the cell it is connected to another cell. There is another layer surrounding the cell which is called middle lamella. And what is the chemical composition of the middle lamella? So that is calcium pectate. So middle lamella is helping the cell to combine or join with each other. Also, there is small tube-like structure present which is called plasmodesmata. Because the cell, if this is a cell, this is another cell, then you can find out there is a cytoplasmic connection that is existing between two cells. And this cytoplasmic connection, because there is a small opening is there, and through the small opening the cytoplasm can move from one cell into another cell. So this opening that is called plasmodesmata. So these are all the character of plant cell wall. Endoplasmic reticulum is a double membrane bound cell organelle which is present in plant and animal cell. So either it is a network-like structure which is present in cytoplasm, or it is a tubular structure, tube-like structure dividing cytoplasm into different compartments. So this is endoplasmic reticulum. Now these are small tube-like structure, and the cytoplasm, so that is divided into a number of chambers or compartments. Intracellular space. This space is called intracellular space, and that is called luminal space. And outside the cytoplasm is there, so that is called extraluminal space. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, either smooth endoplasmic reticulum or rough endoplasmic reticulum. In rough endoplasmic reticulum, on endoplasmic reticulum ribosomes are present. Whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum, so that is not having the ribosome, so that is without the ribosome. So they are of two types, smooth and rough. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is found in cell actively involved in protein synthesis. As on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum ribosome is there, and all of you know that ribosome, what is the function of the ribosome? So that is to synthesize protein. So they are found in the cell which is actively participating in protein synthesis process. Then they are connected to nuclear membrane. This is a nuclear membrane. This is nucleus, and the nuclear membrane, so that is connected to endoplasmic reticulum. So you can find out there is a channel between the nucleus and the endoplasmic reticulum also, and the transport of material also can take place in between these two cell organelles. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is a major site for synthesis of lipid. Lipid is fat. So fat synthesis that is done with the help of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So these are all the function of endoplasmic reticulum. Lysosome are membrane bound space or the structure which is found in cytoplasm. And lysosomes, the shape, so that is just like the vessel, they are produced from Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus. They are rich in hydrolytic enzymes. Hydrolytic enzymes are the enzymes which is having water molecule. And these enzymes, they can digest carbohydrate, protein and fat. So it is helping in the process of digestion. And lysosome is also called suicidal bag because it is having hydrolytic enzymes and at the time of the starvation of the cell. So if the condition is unfavorable and there is requirement of the cell to get killed, then the lysosome can break and release enzymes which can break the cell itself. So this is also known as suicidal bag of the cell. Then the vacuoles, these are all the single membrane bound space. There is only one single membrane is there, and inside the vacuole either water is there or the sap is there or waste material which is not useful for the plant cell, so that is present. In the plant cell, 90% of the area of the cell, so that is occupied by a big central vacuole. Whereas in case of the animal cell, the vacuole they are very less in number. And the sap which is there inside the vacuole, so it is having a more concentration of the salt in comparison to the cytoplasm. You can find out the concentration of the salt, so that is more inside the vacuole. For example, in the amoeba there is a contractile vacuole is there, which is responsible for maintaining the osmotic concentration of the cell or the organism, and inside the food vacuole the food is present. The next cell organelle, that is mitochondria. Mitochondria is also a double membrane bound cell organelle, and the shape and the size of the mitochondria, so that is variable. Depending on the physiological activity of the cell, the number of mitochondria is variable. If the physiological activity is fast or more, then there is requirement of more energy, number of mitochondria will be many. For example, suppose you take the human sperm. In the human sperm, in the middle part, many number of mitochondria they are present, so that they can produce energy for the motility of the sperm. So depending on the physiological activity, either the number will be many or the number will be less. The double membrane, there is outer membrane is there and the inner membrane is there. In between the outer and the inner membrane, the space that is called intermembrane space. The outer membrane, again it is a double membrane, and the inner membrane, so that is also a double membrane. From the inner membrane, a number of the folds are developing. These folds are called cristae. So inside you can find out a number of cristae, they are present. And this middle portion, the inner compartment, that is called matrix. On cristae you can find out there are many F1 particles are present. F1 particles, these are just the tennis racket like structure which is present on cristae, and these F1 particles, now this is the base which is called M0 particle, there is a middle part which is called the stalk, and the upper spherical portion, that is called F1 particle. So here you can find out there is ATPase enzymes is there, and ATPase enzyme is responsible for the formation of ATP. As the mitochondria it is producing energy in the form of the ATP, we call it as powerhouse of the cell. And also in the matrix there is a DNA and the ribosome is present, and that is the reason why the mitochondria, so that is called an autonomous unit. It is a self-replicating unit, self-regulating unit, because it is having its own DNA which we call the genetic material, and also it is having its own ribosome for the synthesis of protein. So these are all the characteristic features of mitochondria.